Hey there, this is your orchestration tutor Thomas Goss, bringing you an official announcement for our first term of the massive open online orchestration course. I've been planning these courses for some time, and I'm so glad to finally bring you the first one this year, starting June 5th of 2016. This MOOC is designed to bring many aspects of training and perspective together into one series of courses. A lot of these resources are totally free, available to you on the internet and at a good public library. I've created additional training in various low-cost courses at Mac Pro Video, and compiled into my book 100 Orchestration Tips. There's so much out there, in fact, that most composers who are very determined to teach themselves, in the tradition of Frank Zappa, can probably do so with a lot of research and hard work. So if that's true, then what's the point of taking this course? Well, I can think of several reasons. First, getting to the heart of what needs to be learned in the quickest way possible. There are a lot of repetitions from book to book, different perspectives across the internet, and classic texts offering free advice that's partially obsolete. Furthermore, there's a real need for this information to be put into practical terms by a working orchestrator and composer. And that brings me to my second point, my concern that whatever course I teach should actively build you as an artist. It shouldn't just be information that doesn't go anywhere or do anything for you. My aim with this MOOC is for every lesson and assignment to have a practical, tangible outcome. The things that you do in pursuit of knowledge should also help you to develop into a more active, accomplished person. Some of this is life skills, like learning to organize your creative time or how to reach out to other musicians. More than that, though, is the gradual accumulation of craft and confidence through doing good work with your art. That's where my last point comes in. I'm not in this simply to write a list of books you should read, and then just repeat all the choice bits they say. I'd rather teach you how to score. That's such a fundamental skill, and it gets buried all too often under piles of advice about instrumentation. I mean, I love instrumentation, I'm a total geek about it, but instrumentation doesn't make me a composer. This course will heavily assign reading and instrumentation, and you'll get to apply that knowledge in your coursework. But the important thing will be that you score something. Because that's what it's all about, isn't it? We're here to compose and orchestrate, so the ultimate goal of all our training should be to pave the way for our creative efforts. And those efforts in turn should lead somewhere instead of just being futile gestures. Whether that turns into a career or just remains a lifelong passion is in some ways immaterial. The main concern is that the steps taken forward are steady and sure. So the first step we're going to take is scoring string instruments. Many composers' first attempts at scoring strings is as an orchestral section. They come straight from their personal experience as a musician, usually playing piano, and then start figuring out what an orchestral group of string players should do. This is the equivalent to a boss starting work without knowing any of their employees or even talking to them. So before we take on the job of CEO of the string section, why don't we take some time to find out what each individual is capable of, and what their on-the-job relationships are like. That way they'll really respect what we ask them to do, because we'll have far more ideas and experience to bring to the table. Accordingly, Term 1 of the massive open online orchestration course assigns a series of compositions, adaptations, and transcriptions for string instruments. We'll progressively work our way through the violin family and its chamber music forms, from unaccompanied works to duos, trios, and finally string quartet. The assignments are designed so that you may put serious effort into them and turn them into lasting compositions in your catalog of works, or you may simply compose or arrange enough to do the required coursework. Either way, you will know a lot more about each string instrument individually, and how it works in a group of other string instruments. Since each of these assignments involves a small number of musicians, it's far simpler to organize a reading with musicians in your area, if you want direct feedback from pro or semi-pro players. You can learn an enormous amount from a session like this, and you can even simplify things further by finding other composers in your area who are also taking this course, and pooling your resources so that several scores are read through at once. This kind of interaction is so fundamental to being an active composer that I'm making it part of the course. I'll have advice on how to organize such sessions, from contacting the musicians to making sure each composer gets a fair amount of attention for their effort. I'm also mindful as an orchestration teacher that other teachers are going to want to adapt this curriculum to their individual training, and I highly encourage that. In fact, I'll have a virtual packet of teachers' resources to help you get started, and an open-door policy for mutual feedback and advice. I want to know what teachers out there think, and how this MOOC can be as useful as possible in their work. All I ask is that if this course constitutes a fundamental resource for your work, then please support it on the Orchestration Online Patreon. That would be very much appreciated, and will help me improve the quality of these open resources. For more information, click through to the link below. Speaking of Patreon, this course is going to get a lot of attention over there. I'll be offering premium course curriculum, like extended lectures, extra assignments, discounts and freebies on some course materials, and written feedback on your coursework. I'll also be organizing my own group of players here in New Zealand to read through student scores, and the results will be posted on masterclass videos for supporters. Find out all the details in the companion video to this announcement. MOOC Term 1 Patreon Benefits. See you soon, hopefully as a student in this course.